Hey y'all, it's me, Hasina, with another test kitchen. You know, baking bean brownies and bean cupcakes and beans is a great way to put fiber and actually slow down the insulin spikes. Is adding fiber to your meals, whether it be desserts or your dinner or snack. So I'm gonna pop these great northern beans in my blender with about 3 scoops of protein, because you know I gotta add more protein in there, of this Vanilla Whey and this Simple Mills cupcake vanilla cupcake mix. So we're gonna see how this goes. All right, let's just go ahead and just get this started. I drained them. I just drained them in the can. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this can up with water. Now the beans are replacing the eggs and the oil. I don't even know if I was supposed to do that. Woo. And then we're gonna do 3 scoops of vanilla protein. 1 scoop down, 2 scoops down. I'm making a mess. And 3 scoops. I'm excited. You can't overmix this, guys. This is almond flour. So if you're using like a Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines, it would probably be best to pulse it and not let it blend so long, because you don't want yourself to have a tough cake. All right. Go ahead and put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and grease this. Grease. I don't want this to stick at all. All right, let's see here. I just pour this in here. So it says to preheat the oven to 325. Ooh, this might be too much. I don't even know what this tastes like, guys. I wonder if I should put some sugar in it. No, that's just defeating the purpose. It smells good. You're getting more fiber. You're getting iron. You're getting whatever, like the northern beans, the benefits of the northern beans, plus the protein. I think this is going to be promising. All right, this might be too much, but I'm going to put this in my oven. Remember, I have it preheated to, my mouth is watering from doing that. Preheated to 325. I have mine preheated to 335. If you guys watched my baking videos in the past, you would know why I do that. I want to say my oven is off a little bit. I hope I didn't overfill this, but we're going to find out. I should put this in a different vessel. No, we're going to go for it. All right, be back with the taste test. All right, so let's see what the benefits would be for putting beans in your desserts, right? Let's see. All right, beans are an excellent source of plant-based. Beans are an excellent source of. All right, benefits of baking with beans. They're packed with protein. So this only has 7. Oh, only 7. So this is a 1/2 cup serving. So every serving has 7 grams of protein. So this is a 3.5 serving. So you're looking at 21, 25, like maybe 26 grams of protein for this entire can. And this has 2 grams of protein per serving. So depending on what this all looks like in MyFitnessPal, this has 0. It's also packed with essential vitamins and minerals. This is going to take place of the eggs and the oil. I do know that. I may have put too much water in there, but I did add that protein powder, so hopefully that's going to thicken it up a bit. So if you have a gluten intolerance, or if you are a vegetarian and you don't want to use eggs in your baking, you could use the beans. Types of beans for baking: black beans, azuki beans, chickpeas, nazi beans. I say use any beans. Black-eyed peas, I don't care. Lentils, why not? They're packed with a good source of everything. Yeah, and it's going to be more satisfying and filling, and not only that, it's going to control your insulin spikes. So if you consume a donut versus this cake with the beans in it with the icing, your insulin's not going to spike as fast. It's going to stay kind of like, probably it's going to spike regardless, but it's not going to go as high as it would if you were going to have the donut. So we'll be right back with what this is going to taste like. I should take my blood sugar before whatever. All right, we'll be back. Okay guys, I am back. This is what our Great Northern Bean vanilla cake looks like. I had it at 335 degrees Fahrenheit. I had this in the oven for 45 minutes. You guys saw what it looked like. It rose to about right here, and then when it cooled down, it fell, so it feels pretty hefty. So we're gonna turn it out on our parchment paper here. Make sure, loosen up the sides. Yay. All right. Yes, success. All right, I'm gonna frost this baby. And we're gonna cut it into 9 pieces. And then we're gonna look at the macros, which this is not really, I'm not really doing this to be macro friendly. I'm doing this really for if I want something sweet. So, all right, here we go. So once I ice this, people, I will come back and we'll do a taste test. I should do a taste test without this icing, but you know, we'll see how it goes. You know what, guys? I think you're supposed to take that knife I had and like whip it in the container to make it pliable, because this is, I don't want to tear my cake up because the icing's too solid. All right, y'all, I am done icing the cake. This took longer than what I thought. I'm not an icing professional. I ended up using the entire container of this Miss Jones organic vanilla icing. So this is powdered sugar, organic powdered sugar, organic palm fruit oil, organic coconut oil, organic tapioca, sea salt, and organic vanilla flavor. So like I said, guys, I was gonna cut this into 9 pieces, but I think I'm gonna cut this maybe in more pieces. We'll see. No, I'm cutting it into 9 pieces. All right, let's do that. So I sprayed oil on my knife just to see if I can avoid more crumbs coming off of the knife, which I think that kind of worked just perfect. I think I cut this pretty even, guys. Yeah. All right, let's see what she looks like. I need a plate. All right, it looks dense. Let's see what it smells like. It smells like vanilla. Let's see what it cuts good. It's not that sweet. No, it is. This icing is good. Let's see what the cake tastes like by itself. It tastes almost like a coffee cake, maybe. I'll allow it. This is pretty good. For this to have a whole can of beans in it, no butter, no eggs, no oil, just a can of beans to take over all of those. And then I added protein powder. Success, guys. If this icing wasn't on here, I would say you can put some blueberries in here and maybe a crumb topping, and this would be a perfect coffee cake. Let's see what the macros are on this, yeah? 9 servings. It's going to be 464 calories for this one piece. 23.1 grams of fat, 48.2 grams of carbohydrates, 13.4 grams of protein, and fiber is 3.7. And normally when you would have sweets, a donut, you wouldn't have any fiber. Maybe 0.06. Alright guys, I just want to hop on here real quick. See if a can of beans is worth the wild of what I thought it would be. Because I've made protein brownies before with black beans and they turned out delicious. This is probably back in 2017, 2016, probably 2017. And with me putting the can of beans in just that one box cake, and that was it with water, I could have just stopped there, but I wanted to add more protein because the girl's trying to get all the protein she can. Until next time, guys, if you like this video, please like. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. And always remember, you know what I say. Please, please, please don't take everything so seriously. Enjoy what you have. Don't take anyone or anything for granted. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.